Frey.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Needles at the Ready. Right? Is that right? No?
Yeah.
I know, I just jumped right into it.
I wasn't prepared for anything.
We're never prepared.
I'm still not prepared today.
It's okay. That's life.
But yes,
hello.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Needles at the Ready. I'm Kevin.
I'm Ray. And we come... What's my name? We come to you from Stratford, Connecticut. This is a poop show already.
It
Holy
is
cow.
Saturday.
Yeah.
It's Saturday, February 6th. It is just after 11:30 here. This is a fiber-related YouTube channel where we talk about what we've knit, crochet, maybe dye yarn, and whatever else we decide to get into.
Interesting patterns we found, some other types of crafts.
So
community fun.
Keep going. What else?
I don't know.
Okay.
Tarquin.
Oh yeah, Tarquin. He's cute.
He pops in every once in a while.
Yeah.
He's downstairs though, right? Yeah.
So thank you for joining us. Welcome back to all of our returning viewers, any new viewers. Thank you so much for checking out the channel. If you enjoy the content, feel free to subscribe, give a thumbs up, leave a comment. We love those.
Totally.
So we hope everybody is doing well. It's been 2 weeks.
It's been a fortnight.
Our prior episode.
Yeah.
Oh, today is episode...
Oh,
what?
27? 28?
No, 30 something.
No, we had not hit 30.
Yeah.
We did?
I just looked this morning and I forgot.
Shut the front door.
It's like episode 32.
I think you might be lying. Episode 30.
Episode 30.
30
wow.
on the dot.
That.
Remember when you were 30 years old?
It was cute.
Yeah.
Now
Those
I'm
were the
40.
days. I know.
Aww,
we'll go back one day.
No, I'm good with 40. I think 40 is like a great year. I don't know that I definitely would not go back to my 20s. No. I'm good. No. If I were to go to I wouldn't even do 30. I would do like 38.
My mom threw me a surprise birthday party on my 30th. Remember that?
I do. I think you actually still have the shirt.
I do, and the hat.
Yeah.
Dirty 30, yeah. And I just remember, I'm still kind of mad at you, though, to be honest with you.
Oh my God, me?
Yeah, because I had to work the next day. And of course, it's a surprise party, so you can't, tell me that there's a party. Oh. But you could have been like, why don't you take the next day off? It's your birthday. You could have encouraged me to take the next day off because I had to leave.
Okay, so we're literally talking about something that happened 10 years ago that you're so mad about? Well, wow, okay.
I'm not mad per se.
Bye, Felicia.
But I had to leave my own birthday party. Because I had to go home and go to sleep. Well, that's when beer pong started, you know?
I actually think that you're talking about a completely different party, but...
No, because that's when everybody was, sleeping on the couch. And remember, Joseph had his, head next to the bucket or something?
No, I think...
I don't miss those days, actually.
Yeah, no. But I think you're mixing, 15 different parties together.
No, I'm pretty sure that was the right one. I have a photo album. My mom made a photo album.
She did.
Album.
So that was so this is episode 30.
It is episode 30.
Literally just went on a tangent. So if you're new here, this happens often.
This is what we do.
This is exactly what we do.
Yeah.
So how's our 2 weeks been?
Okay. Well, I think the biggest news is the foot of snow that fell. That was huge.
16 inches of snow.
Yep.
And we are supposed to get potentially another 10 inches tomorrow.
Yeah. So that should be fun. I think we jinxed it because we were talking about how mild this winter has been so far.
Yeah.
And it's been nice. Now Mother Nature wants to take...
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it, guys.
Yeah. But anyway, else? It's pretty. The snow wasn't a nice snow when it came down. It was totally a blizzard. The wind was ridiculous.
Yeah, it wasn't a movie snowfall.
No.
It was the day after tomorrow's snowfall. It was not fun.
No.
And leading up to that, too, the weather here has just been incredibly cold. We had a block, maybe a 5-day block where the temperatures were below 20 degrees.
Yep.
So that was not fun for us, not fun for Tarquin because it's not safe to take him out for walks at that point.
He went 5 days in a row without a walk, or 4 days in a row without a walk.
Yeah, so trying to find different ways to keep him, mentally stimulated while being in the house. I think there was one night where I just literally walked in circles from the kitchen, dining room, living room, entryway, and just kept doing that while he followed me.
Yeah.
Just to try to get him to get some movement. And then obviously his playing and hiding treats here and there, so he goes and finds them. So it's definitely not
we got creative.
Fun.
Oh, sorry.
I was to say we actually have another block. I think towards the end of this upcoming week where we're going to have another 4 to 5 days of below 20 degrees or in the 20s.
And what was I saying? Oh, we got to wear a lot of our knits though.
Sure did. Like,
So I think almost everything that we've knit might have come into circulation at one point or another.
there were a lot of knit ones,
Mm-hmm.
whether like, obviously he still has to go out. And he doesn't like to go out just like once or twice a day. It's
No.
like every hour.
Yeah.
So hats and cowls and fingerless mitts have been worn,
They
shawls.
Yeah,
And-
I mean, good thing we're knitters, right?
For
That
sure.
was nice. It was like nice. Wool socks every day.
Yes, wool socks.
I can't believe
that's
the
right.
amount of pairs of socks that we have.
You have a ton. You've
know.
knit.
I feel like I didn't, though.
You've knit a lot more socks than I have, and actually can't find a pair that I knit. A pair of my shorties that I
know.
knit, so I've got to look
It's probably
into
buried
that.
in the spat somewhere.
But yeah, so what else? So you started school again. You
Yep.
started one. You had 2 classes, but you had to drop one because they met in person.
Yeah,
and
I
you
couldn't do the in-person thing because I work 5 days in
Yeah.
a week, so I have to do it online, which is fine. Healthcare ethics. It's not. I mean, it's interesting.
What else? I started my new position, but kind of and not
did.
really. I've been doing tons of meetings and just getting to know the people that I'm going to need to know going forward. And yesterday was the first day I've actually done any work in my new role, so that was nice. I ended my day that way. I'm still splitting my time where half of my day is with my old team, the other half of my day is with my new team. And
It's the accent that you just took on.
who knows? This happens all the time. Do you
know
know,
it does.
like, even with phone calls, when I'm speaking to customers, I just start talking like them sometimes. So it's like throughout the day, I could be from somewhere in the South. I could be somewhere in Canada.
Yeah.
I might. It just changes. I don't know what happens.
I think that's. I don't know. I feel like we've done more things. We went shopping.
Yeah, we went to. So after the last week's episode, or the episode 2 weeks ago, we went to Joann's the next day.
Yeah.
So we got to chat with somebody there who watches, and actually who I went to high school with. You did not.
No.
And then
I don't think so. That means she graduated a year before I started there then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so yeah, we did that, and then I had like I call it my share moment from Clueless, when she gets her report card and all of her grades are bad and she just wants to go to the mall and like shop
yeah.
to feel better. So I had one of those moments last weekend, and I went and got us a Nintendo Switch so that we could play Animal Crossing.
Guys,
So that has been taking up a lot of my time.
the knitting has been a little lighter the past week.
Yeah, because of Animal Crossing, which I've thoroughly enjoyed.
I know.
It's exactly what I needed to. Like,
Same.
we had said,
I know we're late to the party,
Yeah, a year. Actually,
that.
just a year
Yeah.
late.
but still.
So I think I don't know if it was during the live or one of the prior episodes, like talking about not making resolutions, but what you kind of want to do. And mine
Yeah.
was to play more video games. But I've found that I don't want to spend a lot of time in front of my computer or like connected to an Xbox or something where that's my only focus. I wanted to be able to kind of multitask
mobile.
with a video game. So
Much
the
bird
Switch.
activity.
The Switch is actually really, really nice for that, because I can watch podcasts or watch TV, watch a movie, and just kind of like
Chop the wood.
mess around with that.
Do all the
it's been a
things.
ton of fun, but that's kind of been our 2 weeks.
That's right. But you, I don't know.
So
We have some knitting things.
yeah. So today we have a couple FOs,
Yes.
a
We each
hoe, a couple whips. We have some owl post and some break in the bank, and a giveaway. Actually,
We do have an amazing giveaway, which we should probably talk about
Now.
first.
Right meow.
Like, write me out. Okay,
Write me out.
so if you've noticed,
I know
we
we
are
haven't
already,
mentioned
yeah,
this.
because this is an acquisition for us.
So yeah.
No, you look like you had something.
I was going to say this is an acquisition for us, and
what I just said.
was a little jelly of the Fiber Hustle guys.
Yeah, me too.
When we watched their most recent episode, and they were drinking out of their little fancy mugs, so it's like, hey, I want a fancy mug like them. So I
we
went
got
to
some fancy mugs.
Yeah, we went to Knit Swag on Etsy, and we ordered some mugs with our names on it. Mm-hmm. And I went with different colors than what we would probably typically have gone
Yeah.
with.
Oh, but
So
I love it.
orange, and this is burgundy. Mm-hmm. And we got I think
Her
they're
logo,
like
there's her logo.
12. I don't know. We got the larger mug though. It's
Yes. Oh my God.
14 or 16 ounce.
It's the perfect mug, because I like to sometimes like slip my hand in. Sometimes I like to hold. Sometimes I like to do this. You know what I mean?
There's a whole science.
Right. And then sometimes
Right.
you need a larger cup of
Coffee.
whatever you're drinking.
Sure.
And so this could not have been more perfect. So
I love
if
this
you haven't already, check out Kelly from Knit Swag. She's on Etsy, and also her Instagram is Knit Swag on Instagram. And she's so creative.
Yeah. I mean, look at the pattern on here. It's
I know.
just so nice. I can't wait to get another one. Like, I always check out her site to see what she has.
Me too.
On Etsy, you
It's
can
always
favorite
something
your
new.
shops and see their updates and stuff. So I always check it out and see. So
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see like what type of other designs, if any, that she comes up with for mugs, because I totally love this.
Yeah, I totally do too. And she's a knitter, so she understands like how things should look, or
Yes.
she can get creative with like coming up with some designs. So she also, I'm sorry, that's a little bit loud. I should have probably prepared a little bit more, but she sent something to the podcast, and she wanted to know if we wanted to do like a little giveaway. So we're gonna it's gonna be a quick giveaway. Let me show you what it is first. It's so cute. So there's a heart on one side, and it says "I love you more" on the
Well, just love you more.
love you more. But I love you more.
Oh,
So
such a jerk.
sorry. So this is
I can't even with you.
I think it's like a 10-ounce mug. It says "Love you more." Why are you shaking your head?
Huh?
What?
What?
Anyway, we were going to be giving away this lovely mug and maybe a little something special
Yes.
as well. A one-of-a-kind something special,
Yeah.
mayhaps.
Pasta doble.
So, if you are interested, we're going to be doing this on Ravelry. It is very easy for us to do this on Ravelry, which is why that's kind of like our giveaway of choice
Yeah.
platform.
There's something I've heard watching other podcasts that might be possible on YouTube. I just haven't looked into doing it.
Yeah.
So we're going to do it on Ravelry. We're going to open up a thread. The prompt for the thread is going to be, what knit are you looking forward to making the most this upcoming year? Like, what project do you have your
most
eye on?
excited
And that's the thing that, like, come hell or high water, you want to knit by the end of the year and that you're
Yeah.
really excited about.
So we'll give it about a week. Let's close it next Sunday.
Yeah, let's close it next Sunday, and then we're going to try to. We're obviously not going to be able to get this shipped out by Valentine's Day, so we'll close it on Sunday. We'll do a random number generator, aka Alexa.
Oh no. Okay, everybody's
reply.
Alexa now should have shut off.
Yeah, she didn't reply. Okay, random number generator by her, and then we will contact the winner through Ravelry, and we'll try to get it shipped out fairly soon after.
Yeah,
that.
as soon as we can. Yeah, so you'll have it kind of
Right,
close.
So look for that. That will be up later on today. We'll be posting the video today.
Yeah, how exciting is that? And we are going to be doing more giveaways.
Are we?
Yeah, because we're going to start some knit-alongs again.
Are we?
Coming up soon. Yeah. Totes.
And I actually forgot to discuss what I'm wearing since I'm the only one wearing a knit.
I was going to wear a knit, but I'll talk about it. Continue. Spotlight is on you.
I'm wearing my...
You should get a little spotlight.
Nope.
Yeah.
What am I wearing?
Slip Stravaganza.
Yeah, slip stravaganza. I always call it the slip stitch stravaganza.
Yeah.
So I confuse myself by Stephen West in all its glory.
It's glorious. It really is.
I love
glorious.
this thing.
The lighting's pretty good today, so it should be really showing up.
So
nice.
It just wears. It's just such a big, beautiful piece of fabric.
I like to wear mine like wrapped around my shoulders.
I do that sometimes as well.
Yeah, it's nice because it's big enough. It's like you can wrap it around like this too.
Yeah,
it's nice.
It's like a nice hug.
Totally a hug. Absolutely. I did not wear a whip. No, I didn't wear a knit. I was going to, and I had my my flax on, but I'm very unhappy with the collar, and I know that you can knit. They have the modification to the pattern where you can knit like that crew neck collar, and I think Caleb did it from Bearded Pearl. He just did a
flax light.
Flax light, but he had that collar, like a crew neck collar. So I'm thinking I might try something and like, can I rip out that collar and just
Yeah, I mean,
another
you could. You have the yarn for it, but like you would just have to look because of the sleeve. Make sure you're not going too far back to do your garter stitch.
Yeah,
section
it's nice
there.
to like hang out, but you know, I'm not a fan of that cotton collar, that boat neck collar.
Yeah, it's definitely much wider. Even the one that I knit, like it's much wider than.
Yeah,
but I still think it's a good first sweater. And
yeah, same.
Now that
I love knitting it. It's very comfortable.
Now that they've adjusted it and they've added the short rows and they've corrected the neck to make it more of like a crew neck style, I think it even makes it that much better as a first type of sweater knit.
Yeah, agreed.
All right, so let's get into
that's
some
all the
knitting.
admin-y stuff.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Let's talk about some finished objects. What do you have?
I can go first because I showed this as a half-finished object last time, and I did finish it. Now, I'm talking about the paddle mitts.
Yeah.
So, this is Paddle by Tin Can Knits. I think you remember this from last time. I had one done. I've been wearing these nonstop.
I wear mine every day.
Yeah. So I actually wanted to soak them again, like kind of wash them. But I did not. So I don't remember which one I did, but it doesn't matter because they're both the same. So this is knit out of Loft. So the gray is sweatshirt. It's showing up kind of nice, right?
It's such a great gray.
Yeah, I love that gray. So that's sweatshirt. And then the blue is tartan. There. And I have enough where I'm going to do I'm going to do another pair. I'm going to do a smaller size though, because I definitely want some negative E's. Now that I've been wearing them, they're stretching out a little bit, which is another reason why I wanted to wash them.
What size did you make?
I did the large.
Okay.
Yeah, I did the large because I did measure my hand, and I was like right at the large measurement, so I figured I would just do them. So, but I am gonna do the medium next. But they fit me well. Mm-hmm. It's not that they don't, but when I'm wearing a jacket with like long sleeves, it kind of like bunches up a little bit. And then these kind of, I don't know. I'll try both. Who cares? Really, whatever. But I'm really happy with these. I love them. I love them a lot. So I'll do another pair with the blue as the main color and the gray as the contrasting stripe. Mm-hmm. And then I'm probably going to not have the cuff as long, or I might do something what you did and only do maybe 2.5 inches of the cuff and then the rest stockinette.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, love them. They're cool, right?
They are. It's a good pattern. It's very well written. It has a bunch of sizes. It is a paid for pattern.
Is it? Oh yeah, it is.
I think last time...
I'm not sure how much it is.
Hold on. I'm going to check. So last time we talked about this as well, where it's in a book. Yeah. And I bought the book just because price-wise, it made way more sense to purchase the book than it did to buy just the pattern. So it's in the Road Trip book by Tin Can Knits. The book itself is $18 US. If you go just for the paddle mitts, I want to say they're $5 to $6. All right, so the paddle mitts are $5. So
okay,
there's 14 patterns in that book.
Yeah.
So if you paid for 4 of those patterns, you're paying more than the entire book. So sometimes I just think it makes sense if you see multiple things that maybe one day in your queue you might want to make.
Yeah, or even a book of patterns.
Do the
same
ebook.
Thing. Mm-hmm. So there's also a free mitten pattern from Tin Can Knits. It's not fingerless, but you can probably figure it out. Called the World's Simplest Mittens. Here, sorry, the microphone is like right here, so I'm trying not to like get super close. And this is free on Ravelry by Tin Can Knits, and it's very size inclusive. So I was gonna do some regular mittens next as well, so I did add that to my library. And it uses DK as well.
You know what might be another good one to try if you want fingerless mitts? These are the ones that Laura's been making for Knit for Brains.
Oh, yeah.
Is the Point Edwards mitts. Yes. They're by Fairlight Fibers. It is also a DK weight pattern, and it is free.
We need to up our DK game.
I know.
Totally.
So it is a free pattern on Ravelry. It looks very similar, except it has an extended
cuff
in Actually, let me do this.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good picture to show.
So it has an extended ribbing so that you could fold it down on both the thumb and your other fingers. So that might be another good one. And I know Laura's made a ton. She likes that pattern. So.
I'm sorry, did you say that was free?
It is a free pattern.
Okay,
so
great.
that's an alternative to the paddle mitts from Tin Can. It's if you don't want to spend money.
And who's that by?
That is by Fairlight Fibers.
Fairlight Fibers.
Yeah, we'll have it.
Yeah, we'll link everything
with our
below.
show notes down below. So everything will be down there.
Perfect. So yeah, so that's one of my FOs.
Okay, cool beans.
Yeah.
I have one FO. I did a hat.
You did.
This is just another basic beanie. It is, I cast on 80 stitches on a US 6mm needle. I did a 2x2 rib for however long I felt. I think it's about 1.5 inches, almost 2 inches. Then I switched over to US 8. I knit until it hit 7 inches from the brim to the crown. And then I did my crown decreases where I started, knit 8, knit 2 together, and then knit the next row. Just kind of your basic beanie construction.
Yeah.
So what I wanted is, and it fits me, like it's like beanie.
Yeah.
Good fit. It
Good
fits
fit.
my head.
Totally.
So what I did though, and what I wanted to is when we were at Joann's, and I'll show some now and some later, I decided to get a bunch of worsted weight acrylic yarn.
Oh my god, it feels so soft.
I'm really, really impressed with this. I'm not a huge acrylic fan. I find for me that sometimes the yarn splits quite often compared to a natural fiber. I also don't like weaving in the ends because I feel like they're just more likely to...
Look at your stitch definition on the ribbing.
It's not blocked. I haven't blocked it either.
Oh, it looks really good, Kevin.
I also feel like in acrylic, because it's synthetic, like it's easier for the stitches to slip out when you weave in your ends. There's nothing for it to grip onto to try to keep your ends woven in. So I used Lion brand Heartland yarn, which is the first time I've ever used it. Here it is. It's a little bit of a mess, y'all. This is 5 ounces for 142 grams, 251 yards. 100% acrylic. This is in the colorway Yosemite. It's just a really beautiful dark burnt orange. And there's just this little variation in color. And this is going into the donation bin.
Yeah.
I wanted to get acrylic yarn so I can make hats that can be donated. So this is going into the donation bin with the one that I completed last week, which was the superwash. So I'll have 2 different piles. One of natural fibers, one of superwash. I'm not going to do like
real wool.
Yeah, but superwash and then one of acrylic. So I thought that this is a really nice yarn, and I did this one because number one, just feeling it, it's very, very soft.
It is plush too.
Secondly, they had a sale. The sale was buy 2 get 1 free.
Yeah.
So I mean, how can you turn that down?
I know.
So I got.
We've been getting so lost.
I got 6 skeins, or whatever, balls of yarn when we were at Joanne 2 weeks ago. So yeah, I can get easily probably 3 hats out of this.
How much do you have left over?
I have no idea, but I think with a regular 100 gram skein of worsted, I can get typically I think about 2 hats out of. So I can definitely get, even if I go down, just another decrease it by 8 stitches to fit a different size head. For sure.
Yeah. You could always crochet one too. Why?
What? Whoa. I didn't. No. Nope. Sorry.
Well, you said you wanted to You're not a crocheter, so maybe you.
I'm not a crocheter. I'll crochet like an animal with it, or I'll crochet a pumpkin with it. But I'm not. I'm not.
That'd be a good pumpkin color.
It is. It's very simple.
So I'm assuming that this is from Yosemite, State Park or whatever, right?
Yeah, I think it's a really nice line.
Oh my
of yarn.
god, it's so
I'm really
soft.
really impressed with it. I don't remember it splitting at all when I was knitting with it. I didn't feel like it got stuck on my needles. I was using my Chagus. I'm pretty sure I used my Chagu needles with it. I don't think I used my Addies. So I didn't feel like it was grippy on the needle. It came off really nicely. I enjoyed knitting with it. So I think it's a really good, affordable yarn.
This is next to the skin soft. Like, I wonder, like, you could probably do a sweater's quantity, or a sweater out of something like this.
Yeah. And I mean, looking at the
Some sort of
stitches, the
garment.
stitches are pretty uniform, right? And it's got that little sheen to it.
Yeah, it's
that
nice.
acrylic does. So yeah, I enjoyed knitting with this. So I'm glad that I got more of it. So there's enough to make some other hats.
Yeah, we'll show that during the acquisitions phase because we got a couple of different colors.
And again, this is just a basic beanie that I don't even know. I don't follow anybody's pattern. It's probably just a combination of patterns that I've read over the past like 8 years where I know 80 stitches for worsted on a US 6 and then switch up to an 8. So that's kind of what I do.
Yeah, if you're looking for a really simple pattern, the Ross hat
hat.
is amazing. He's got like 4 different weights, for different yarn weights, working on some more. It's a very simple, similar pattern probably, great for something like this, or if you're just starting knitting, or if you have a really cool looking yarn that you just want to like wear on your head. It's not like fancy, it's just simple, like showcase the yarn. So that's that. I do have one more FO. Do you have any more FOs?
I don't have any more FOs.
Okay. So this I started last episode. This is knit out of the Superfine Yarn Co. yarn in her Righteous Sock, and this is in Lucky Penny is the colorway. Here's what I have left over.
Did you
Which
weigh
is
it?
a lot. Yeah, I still have 60 grams left over out of 100 grams. Yeah, so this is 100
great.
grams, 393 yards. This was the, not the Flax Light,
Barley Light
Barley Light.
by Tin Can.
By Tin Can.
Also a
It's
free
Tin
pattern.
Can episode, I suppose. And I think it knit up really nice.
It is such
Right?
a great
Isn't that a
color.
great
Yeah.
color? So you've got your paneling here.
Did you make any modifications?
I did. Why do you have to say that? So here's the decreases. So I added a little creative. I took a little creative license and omitted a little part of the pattern, but I think it gives us some personality. I was actually thinking about doing some like double stitching maybe there. I always have to throw out my mistakes. It's not a mistake. It's a modification. Did really well. Let's see if you can figure it out. Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I ended up doing, I just knit, apparently, instead of doing the, what's it called?
Pearl.
Garter stitch.
Did you do that while we were during knit night? Was that when it happened?
Maybe I shouldn't be knitting anything fancy during knit night. Not that it's fancy, it's garter stitch, but anyway, it's
Nothing
right there.
where you have to change stuff.
No, or pay attention to anything. Because I'm a chatter and I get distracted. It's like, oh, squirrel, So, I love it. I think it's really cool. You can wear this like a whole bunch of, obviously, depending on where you want to have the garter, section. But, yeah, it's a beanie style. There's definitely, you can go up if you want it a little bit slouchier, or not. So this is going to be for my mother. She wanted a hat, so she wanted a more beanie style hat. This is the medium version of it, which you saw fits my giant dome. So, yeah, that's that. Isn't it nice, though? I love the color, and it's
such a nice color.
Soft and, like, plush. I think we have a couple more skeins of different things from here that I want to try.
And what's really cool, too, is, like, the dyeing is done so well.
So well. She's so talented.
And look, there's nothing wrong with pooling of yarn.
No, I like pulling. I personally
You love
like pulling. I do.
But it like there really is no
it's like microstriping.
like no not even that or any flashing or anything like that. It's a really great
she
color.
did a
There's
really
so
good
many
job.
different colors in here, the whites, the pinks, oranges. Yeah, it's a very nice yarn.
Yeah, Lucky Penny. So I was thinking I might use the leftover since I have like 60 grams. I can definitely do another hat. I might do one for myself, maybe. Because that should be enough for me. Although, like, this is a good size, so I might do the same size and just knit.
A barley light.
Yeah.
So,
or I do a cowl. I might just do a small little cowl.
The barley light is going to be good. The barley light's going to be good for spring and fall. Not really good for winter because it's a fingering weight hat.
Yeah.
So it depends on what you want. Like if you want more spring and fall hats, then do a barley light.
Yeah. My favorites. I love a fingering weight hat though. I do. And honestly, like the sock head slouch. The reason why I like it, and it's such a pain in the ass to knit, because you have to knit 4 inches of ribbing, which is hard on fingering weight. But I like that because yes, you can wear it during the springtime. But in the wintertime, because you have the folded brim, it sits over your ears like this, and it does keep you a lot warmer. Okay. I think. But I think maybe I'll do a small little cowl, and I'll give her the matching cowl. Maybe I'll do my own little thing and add a little garter to it.
Or maybe you may need to add another color to do a cowl.
I may, but at the same time, if you think about it, like it doesn't really need to be much more than that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'll be like close to the neck cowl. Who knows?
Like a suction cup for the neck.
Yeah. Anywho, that was fun. It was nice to knit in the round. Like, just round and round and round we go. But honestly, check out Superfine Yarn Co. She's there. I was very surprised with the yarn. Pleasantly surprised. I don't know why I was surprised. She's a very talented person. But that was 85 superwash, extra fine merino, and 15% nylon.
It's always fun when you knit with a new yarn,
and you love it.
And maybe not a new, obviously not. Well, yeah, a new yarn base or a new yarn color, a new dyer that you haven't knit their bases or their colorways with. So it's always fun to just kind of see and that how it's going to turn out. But that's the beauty of indie dyed yarn, and that's why we buy indie dyed yarn as knitters or crocheters. Is that every skein of yarn is going to be different. You could buy, 5 skeins of the same color from one dyer, and each one could just be that little bit different, and that's why we buy it, because it creates different fabrics, and that's what we enjoy.
Absolutely.
Preach.
Okay,
so what about, I have a hoe. Do you have a hoe?
No hose for me.
So my hose, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about my hoe, and I'm going to lead into my whip, because I only have that, and that's what we'll do.
I only have 2 whips.
I do too. So I'm going to talk about this and then jump right into the whip.
Okay.
All right. So I finished.
I love it.
My first sock. This is my Dune colorway by Desert Vista Dye Works. I had finally decided on a color for my heel.
You hopefully will feel embarrassed when you show that skein of yarn.
Oh, please stop. No, just kidding. So this is, where's the tag? Oh, it's living in this cute freaking bag.
I know.
Doesn't this remind you of the Coca-Cola polar bears?
It does. It reminds me of a combination of the Coca-Cola polar bear. Say that 4 times fast.
And?
I don't remember. I was thinking about it the other day and I couldn't remember.
It's adorable. This is Bearded Pearl. This is their sack size. And I love this bag.
I love it too.
So yes, so I'm using Desert Vista Dye Works. Colorway's Dune.
I think we should buy some more yarn from her.
This is the 7525, so it's approximately 462 yards. So, last we spoke...
462 yards?
Yeah.
That is a lot of yarn.
Correct. Last we spoke, I was here. So since last episode, I've done my heel, which I did a Fish Lips Kiss heel. It's one of my favorites.
See that?
And
you weren't sure in the beginning.
Then I did an additional, I did 6 3/4 of an inch.
Oh.
And then I did a regular Kitchener toe. So this is a vanilla sock, and we've got asked what we mean by vanilla sock. So actually, this one's not vanilla.
Well, it is.
But it's not really. So typically when anybody speaks of socks and they're talking about knitting a vanilla sock, it just means that the legs and the foot don't have any patterning on it. It's just knitting around and stockinette.
But I think that can be considered vanilla because it's your own, like, that's what you're comfortable with. A vanilla sock doesn't really follow a pattern. You know, like an
It's
actual
your
pattern.
kind of
It's
pattern,
what works
right?
for you. Even if you do like some ribbing, like a 3x2 or a 4x1 or whatever is comfortable for you. If that's your basic, it's just a basic sock pattern that you can use, you know, all the time. And it takes,
true.
you know, takes from different patterns.
But I think most people, when they say vanilla, they just mean stockinette.
Yeah.
So what I did with this one, I wanted to try a couple things. So I was knitting my socks on a 2.5 millimeter needle. Mm-hmm. I was using 64 stitches. Mm-hmm. And I would find sometimes, I think that was it, that right here, right at this section would be a little bit tight because I have very high arches.
Yeah.
So what I did is I went down to a 2.25 millimeter needle. I used my Chaoos on 32-inch cords. I cast on 72 stitches.
Yep.
I did a 2x2 rib for about 2 inches until from here to here. Just about 2 inches. Then I switched to a 3x1.
Oh, I see.
Until I hit my heel. Mm-hmm. So my heel, and the reason I wanted to try 74 too is sometimes the heel could be, or 72 rather, the heel could be a little tight.
Yeah.
So I knew that by going to 72, I would get a couple more rows of knitting in when I'm doing my short rows on here. Which actually, this sock, when I tried it on, is probably one of the best fitting heels that I have.
Good.
My other favorite heel is a heel flap and gusset. I just think it's
I like them too.
so comfortable. So then once I did my heel, I got down to the foot, and I'm going to backtrack a second. I did this top half on 9-inch circular needles.
You want me to say it?
Yeah.
Why don't you say it?
Guys, you say it better than I do.
Well, it's over now.
So I knit the top half.
9-inch. No, I'm just kidding.
No, do it.
What? You do it.
I did the top half on 9-inch circular needles.
9-inch circular needles.
Which, it's not my thing. I don't like them.
What don't you like?
I don't like 9-inch.
No, I'm just kidding.
I just don't like 9-inch circular needles.
Okay.
I didn't enjoy the process of knitting, and I think that's why it took me so long to finish the sock.
Yeah.
I switched over to Magic Loop as soon as I did my heel because I needed to anyways, and then just flew through this
Actually, you don't have to. I think Nancy, because Nancy loves to use 9-inch circulars, and I think she likes a Fish Lips Kiss. This is Nancy from Trilogy Yarns and the On the Needles podcast. And she says that she does the Fish Lips Kiss right with the 9-inch circulars. I can't do a heel with 9-inch circular needles.
Yeah, I don't think I could either. So I switched to Magic Loop and I finished it. Uh-huh. So the only thing that was really sad about this sock, though, see this blue stripe here? See this blue stripe right here? This stripe gave me
Trouble.
hell. First up, I'm knitting. Not too far in, maybe about 20 stitches. And one of the plies is broken. So I was like, okay, what am I going to do? And I put it away literally for like 2 days. And that was kind of the story of my 2 weeks of knitting.
Yeah.
Is that I was very indecisive in making decisions about what I wanted to do.
You were.
So I didn't get a lot of knitting done actually because I just stopped.
Yeah.
So what I did is I took the stitches back. I cut the yarn until I cut the yarn, and then I pulled out an entire repeat of the color until I got back to black, the black here, and then I just added in where I started this row right here. You could kind of see I started with the blue right there because I wanted to make sure that the next socks that I could get the rows as close to even as possible.
Did you? You didn't slip that first stitch then, huh?
I did not. I actually don't do that. I've only started doing that with the other thing.
Yeah.
So then I knit until I had 6 3/4 of an inch. And the reason I did that is I know beforehand when I was knitting on the 2.5 with 64 stitches that I would knit until I had 7 inches from my heel before I started my toe decrease. Mm-hmm. But now I had to add an extra 4 rows of knitting because I added more stitches.
Right.
So I wanted to make sure that I wasn't making my toe too long and that there was enough negative ease to make this comfortable and not make it super baggy. So I did that. And once I have 16 stitches on each of my needles, so a total of 32. That's when I start kitchening my toe together. I found that when I was making the Wonderland socks from Maker's Knitting, that fits better than going down to 14 or 12 stitches on each of the needles. So that's this. I finished it Tuesday night.
And it feels good.
Yeah, I tried it. It feels great. I have to... Yeah, I just have to do a little weaving in of like ends to fix up some of the little holes in the heel and then where I added the yarn.
Okay.
But other than that, it's good. And this is really soft yarn.
I really need to start looking through her...
She just had an update too, I think.
She did.
The color that I'm using for the heel, it's a Knit Picks Stroll Fingering. I'm using Forest Heather.
It's a really pretty color.
It is, and I thought that it was fitting for what I was trying to do with getting the green in there, what it meant for like that dune kind of saga. So I thought it was a good fit. We had a bunch of other greens. One of them was actually avocado.
I know, I saw that too.
I was like, oh, but then it's too late. I thought...
No, this is perfect. You chose perfect.
So do you know what I did? I was like, okay, so I have a light color, and a light color, and then a dark and a dark. And that's how I made the decision, because I was like,
hey,
I'll
it works.
3 lights and 3 darker colors.
Okay.
So
it's balanced. Like
that was kind of my thought process when making the decision about the heel and toe.
Oh.
I do wish now, though, that I did the cuff.
Yeah.
The same color, because I had, not that I had trouble, but I like to try to get these stripes as even as possible. So it would give me a little more control to get the cuff to be the same.
I think also it would make more of a, like, I know you did a 2x2, but it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So that's that. And then...
the sun just kind of went...
It really went
away. Hopefully our lighting just is still...
So I finished that. I think I think was Wednesday.
This was quick.
Wednesday, and then I cast on the next sock right away.
Yeah.
So we are here.
No second sock syndrome for you.
No, I'm pretty sure I'm right at my...
Heel?
Yeah, I'm right about where I'll be adding the heel.
You have a few
on
more.
Here. I think I have one more row. I added it in
that tan color.
Oh, I have 2 more rows.
Yeah.
So I added it in when I did my 3rd stripe, because I get 6 stripes of the beige.
Oh.
So I also, if I do self-striping, I take that into consideration where I'm going to do my heel.
Yep.
So I did it when I hit my 3rd row of knitting, so I'll do that. I have 2 more rows then for me to get to my heel. So hopefully I'll get that done, the heel done this weekend, and then the rest flies, because then I stopped doing the 3x1 for
the second needle.
For the second needle, yeah.
Yeah.
And then this is what Ray said I should be embarrassed about.
It's okay. You don't have to be embarrassed, but it does look a little funky.
It is a mess. That's because I do center pull. If I pulled from the outside, it wouldn't be a mess, but...
maybe we get some balls.
It's kind of like a cone, right?
It does look like a cone.
It's cone-shaped.
Yeah.
It's a really very, super soft yarn.
I can't believe the yardage, though, on this. Is that typical?
I think...
How do we not have more of her yarn? I don't understand.
Her yarn sells very quickly, too.
I know it does.
And so with yardage also depends on the base. 75-25 is going to have more yardage typically than an 80-20, blah, blah, blah.
And it also, this is a light fingering, maybe?
No,
too?
I don't think so.
It might be thinner?
No. Nope.
Huh.
But it's been a pleasure to knit with. Oh, guys, the other thing with that, I don't even know if I told you that. So that blue stripe, remember I said it gave me hell? I forgot to tell you the second thing.
I know.
So first
Poor
there
thing.
was
you definitely struggled.
First there was the break in the ply. So then I pull out a whole color repeat, get to the blue, and I start knitting with it again. And then there's the knot.
Yeah.
So I was like, what the freak? So I decided to just leave it and call it a day. And if it comes undone, I have whatever. I'll fix it. So that was my sock saga.
Okay. Cool.
And
I have a sock as well.
Your whips.
So this is also... Now, I know this is probably more Christmas themed, but I love this bag. This is also by Bearded Pearl. Here's the logo. I don't know which best way.
I don't know. You could eat all those stuff during.
I would eat it right now. I'm very hungry. But what else is new? And this I started, I think, the last podcast. I'm pretty sure I did. This is using Trilogy Yarns. I'm part of her happy hour club. I think I showed this last time.
I think you showed the yarn. I don't know that you had the stock cast on.
No? I may have.
No, because you had showed it off last week at knit night. You had just started knitting it.
Okay. So I started this sock.
Maybe after.
After.
On Sunday,
yeah.
Probably after the last episode.
This is Trilogy Yarns. And in her plush base, which is an MCN 4-ply. It's 450 yards for 100 grams. This is in blueberry tea. And the cool thing about this club is that you get a skein of yarn inspired by a drink, and then you also get the recipe for the drink too if you decide that you want to make it. Adult beverages. So this is it caked up. If I didn't show this already, blueberry tea. It's really fun, isn't it?
It is.
And then I love how this knit up. So this is what I have so far. Look how fun that is.
It kind of reminds me too of I don't know why, like a koi fish.
Maybe there's
or like a goldfishy type of thing. It reminds me of the water and then the color of the goldfish.
It looks scaly almost.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, me too. So I'm doing these toe up, which is different than I usually do my socks. I usually do them cuff down, but I don't know. It's nice to change. It's nice to change it up a little bit, I think. It makes things a little bit interesting. So toe up, I started these on 9-inch circulars, and then my coordination was off. I couldn't get into a flow, so I just switched to Magic Loop, and I was like, I'm just going to do this completely different than how I usually do my stuff. So like I said, I think it's nice to change it up every once in a while. And so for contrasting, I actually didn't do contrasting. I kind of did coordinating.
Oh, it's kind of...
Heel toes and cuffs. Yeah, because it picks up the blue that's in there.
I think that's what most people mean when they say contrasting heels.
Maybe.
It's normally coordinating. It's not really contrasting.
I did it in the Knit Pick Stroll fingering in Sapphire Heather. So I'm going to do heels, toes, and cuffs when I get there. So my foot is done, which looks really, really long.
It does.
I know. I have big feet. And then I'm probably going to do a longer... I have a lot of yarn. So I'm probably going to do a longer leg, probably about 7 inches or so. Maybe. Total.
That's what I typically do, and sometimes I feel like I should do longer.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, the good thing about toe up is that I can keep trying it on. So
True.
Once... I want to get to that point where because I've been wearing my my socks to work. And sometimes... if they're too short, it just feels like they're going to slip under my shoes, even though they're not, but it just weird.
No,
I don't know.
that.
So anyway, long story short is I'll be doing a longer leg. But isn't that cool?
Yeah, it's
I
very
love
nice
this. And she did such a good job. She did a really good job with this.
Yeah,
I love it.
No, it's a beautiful colorway.
Yeah,
and how many stitches do you cast on?
So I did 72 stitches as well.
What size needle?
A 2.25.
Okay.
I did Jenny's Magic Cast On. Is it Jenny or Judy? Judy's Magic Cast On?
Jay's.
Jay. And then I'm going to do Jenny or Judy's loose bind off thing or whatever it is.
Super stretchy.
Super stretchy.
Simple Summer bind off?
No, there's no Simple Summer in it. I also did a Fish Lips Kiss heel.
Which is a $1 pattern, right?
$1. And it's so worth it.
It really is.
I really love it. Just to have it, just to it goes through how to measure your foot, how to cut out a cardboard insert if you want to. It talks about toe up, cuff down. It's just a good overall pattern to have. There's a lot of information. I think it's 14 pages. But don't be intimidated. The pattern itself is less than a page.
Yeah.
When you take it, you put it all on one page. So
which heel I need to try next?
What?
Now that we've seen it, and we'll talk about it a little bit later, is
Fleagle?
the Fleagle heel.
Yeah.
So is there a pattern for that, or
Yes.
do I have to find a
No, it's pretty
sock with a Fleagle heel?
I think there's it's just short rows.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look for the Fleagle heel.
Yeah.
Because I've seen that on a couple different podcasts recently, so I'm like, okay, I need to try that.
So anywho, love Nancy's yarn. Really fun to work with.
Going back to actually both of our socks for a moment.
Yeah.
What I wanted to say is I knit my Coffee Talk socks, early last year, and I used the stroll fingering for my toes. Mm-hmm. And I did not like it. I did not like it. I felt that it was too thin.
Okay.
And I did that on a 2.5 millimeter needle.
Uh-huh.
Doing it on the 2.25, I definitely feel like it made a denser fabric, and I like it much better than I did on the 2.5 millimeter.
Yeah, it gives it much more like
I can see my toe, my
it?
actual toes through the yarn when I put the socks on.
And isn't it like starting to pill?
It's pilling. Actually, it's pilling a lot. That sock. It could be the color too. I used cork as the color, but that was one of the biggest difference I noticed trying that. This sock on
much
on the
denser.
2.25. Yeah. That it makes a much better fabric. The stroll fingering compared to the 2.5.
And sorry, I just noticed this because I had gotten with that yarn stitch marker, progress keeper, like the blueberry martini glass or whatever. So I just attached it to the bag because I didn't really need to on the. On the sock. Isn't that cute?
It is.
Just makes me smile. So I'll be doing a second one, obviously, to finish the first.
All right. I have one other whip.
Me too. They're the same.
They're the same, so let's just...
They're the same but different.
They are the same but different. I did not make much progress on this, y'all.
I didn't really either.
Yes, the freak you did.
No, I did. I haven't been knitting very much this week.
So, after the last episode, you were...
I know, I have it marked. We'll see. I didn't really pay attention.
I was further along than you. You are now further along than I am. So that means that you've done everything, whatever I've done, and then obviously beyond that. What's this?
Beyond the Wool. But I haven't been...
So this is the Montrealer by...
I have the pattern.
Vincent.
Which, and we'll talk about it, but congratulations to Max and Vincent for starting their...
Own channel
here on YouTubery.
So this is my Montrealer. I don't know where I was last time. I want to say I was probably just somewhere around here.
Yeah, just marked for the pockets.
Yeah, I didn't knit much. I will say, though, I've tried this on, and it fits really well.
Yeah.
And the reason I didn't knit on this was, again, I hit this point in my knitting where I couldn't make decisions. And I was really nervous about the length.
Yeah.
Going to, and this is pretty typical though of most sweater patterns that I've seen. It's knitting to 15 and a half inches, and then doing your ribbing for 2 to 2.5 inches. Mm-hmm. So the way I was working it is that I would have had, I think it's 18 inches from underarm to the end of my ribbing. And I was like, oh man, that might be kind of long, but the other day, so I just put it aside and I didn't know where I was. I think I was just about 14 inches from my underarm from the underarms.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what I wanted to do. If I wanted to start my ribbing right then and leave it at 16 and a half inches. But then I measured the sweater I wore during our live in January.
Yeah, you said it was very comfortable.
Which was super comfortable for me. Yeah. I love the way it fit. And I measured that, and it was from the underarm to the bottom of the ribbing. I think it was 18 inches.
It was.
So, and that goes just like below my butt, I guess, or covers my butt. And I was like, okay, no, this is super comfortable for me. Mm-hmm. And I don't mind my sweaters going that long. I sometimes actually prefer it. So that made the decision for me. So I'm like, okay, now I can move on.
Yeah, so now you're ready to go again.
Right. So I'm knitting mine out of Knit Picks, Wool of the Andes.
Yep.
I'm using...
It just got very cold in here.
That's because we're not downstairs. The Nest isn't kicking on.
Oh.
We have a Nest thermostat.
Yeah.
It's in our living room. So when it doesn't detect the movement in the house for over like an hour, it shuts the... it kicks it back to 60...
eco mode.
Eco mode at 62 degrees typically here. Yeah. So then the heat's not on, technically. So I have Wool of the Andes, worsted, weight, in Delft Heather.
I love that color. These colors together, honestly, your sweater looks amazing. It is on eco mode.
This one is in... I've been putting my tags somewhere. Oh, hey, I put a pen in there, too. Look at me. So organized, guys. Fjord Heather. So this was Delft. Nice, like, denim-y blue. This is a really denim-y blue, actually. I think that's a really good description.
Yeah, but it's like royal almost too.
And this is the Fjord Heather. This is a really nice light. Mm-hmm. Not even aqua. It's blue. This is blue, and this is blue.
Yeah. Tealish.
I don't know. It's actually very nice.
It's fjord blue.
Fjord blue. And then I did my stripe out of... Do you guys want to guess what color this is? What color do you think it is?
I think it's orange.
This is out of orange. So yeah, I will get back to this week. I'm kind of there. Mm-hmm.
We're not putting pressure on ourselves, remember?
No, there's no pressure, no time frame to finish this, but I did need to I've also been enjoying the small things. I've been enjoying the hat and the socks. The socks were... I can't tell you what a difference switching to Magic Loop made for me. Yeah, it was just like, oh my gosh, now I remember why I like knitting socks.
Yeah.
So,
I think whatever works, and change it up a little bit, right? Do you, boo boo?
Do whatever you want,
right?
Whatever makes you happy.
Yep. Even if it means and then if you get bored with one technique or one type of needle, switch it up, change it up. It makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at. I actually don't know. I maybe only knit on this another 2 days after.
Yeah, because once you hit that, we were kind of measuring the same day. We were trying to figure out, okay, because I realized that let me show you, I'm such a loose, I'm a much looser knitter than we both thought I was.
Right.
And so my vertical swatch was kind of there when I did my swatch, my vertical gauge, I should say. But now my vertical gauge was so off, because at this point in the pattern where you're placing the pockets, you're actually counting rows. And so my row count would have been off compared to what Vincent had said in the pattern, because I knit so much looser, I guess. So we had to do some measuring, and that was the day, I had measured mine. Where am I going to put this? Is this long enough? Right. Is it too long? And then you're like, oh, I should measure mine. So, and then that was the day that you stopped knitting on it.
Right, because I was actually just thinking, when we didn't go to knit night this past Thursday, but the prior Thursday, we did, and I was knitting on my sock at that point. Right. I just picked it up.
Oh, when I was knitting on my hat.
And I just done the heel.
Yep.
So, yeah,
it's probably been over a week and a half.
I'm actually, guys, I may not have touched that.
So then why'd you just show it?
For one day.
Just kidding.
Maybe.
Because
we went to the yarn store we went to Joann's on Sunday. I did the hat pretty much right away, I think. Who knows what I did.
Whatever.
But going back to yours and your gauge, what we should have even at that point, when you did your raglan,
my raglan was a little bit longer.
Was longer than normal. You got, I think, 13 inches instead of 11.
11,
So we should have actually just, at that point, been like, let's just do the math now instead of
I have to say, it's very comfortable. I did put it on. It's very comfortable.
Yes, we both tried them on.
So let's enough of this. Let me just show you what I've got. Yeah. Okay. So I was here last time. Mm-hmm. So I guess I did
You did quite a bit.
Quite a bit. And then I did the pocket in the front.
Hold it up. Pull it up. There you
go. So I started the pocket.
Oh, you did a great job with it.
Thank you so much. So what I ended up doing was I had another moment of creative license. And obviously it's a paid for pattern. I'm not going to give it away, but there's a really interesting first time I've ever seen this. Obviously I haven't seen much as a knitter, but in adding the pocket and picking up some of these stitches here. So I forgot that I should have picked this up. I should have picked the stitches up in the lighter green, but I didn't. So I ended up doing about 12 rows. There's one row of the light green there, and then I did 12 rows of this green. So I mirrored it on the bottom.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So you can't see it yet because I just started, but you see the little bit of light green there? Stripe? I did the same. So it's going to be a block here, the 3 stripes, and then a block here, just to kind of even it out.
Yeah. No,
and then, so what you do is you finish the ribbing, which is a 1x1 rib. Sorry, I won't poke you, I'm sorry. And then there's a way that you add a border to the pocket. which I'm playing around with doing it with oyster.
Yeah.
I think that'll be nice, right? If you see like...
That's what I plan on doing with my orange. I think that pop of color will be really nice there because I love the orange in the sweater.
So that's that. It fits me beautifully. It's got a great amount of negative ease, positive ease.
Positive ease. Did we show the picture already?
Yep.
The pattern? Okay.
Sure did. Yeah, so I'll do the pocket border. He has it just with the main color. I'll do that with oyster, and then I'm going to do the cords with the oyster as well. So we'll have those 3 points of the cords, the one stripe across the chest, and then the outline of the pocket. I was playing around with maybe doing the sleeve cuff, but I'm not going to do that. I think that might be too much. Even maybe if I just... Yeah, I think that's going to be too much. So that's my plan. We'll see how it goes. Now I'm going to be in Ribbing City, and then I pick up and do that, and then I've got a
hood to do, and the arms.
And then the arms. So this is still gonna be hanging around for quite a while because, again, I'm not in a rush. Although it was cool to see like it actually start coming together.
Oh, I bet. Once you have the... So it's funny, we were talking about this, and I want to say maybe after watching... We were watching some... I don't know who, but they were talking about the sleeves. And I feel like after getting the body done, I don't see the sleeves as like Sleeve City because they're so tiny. You're like, what, 60, 80 stitches? It's the same amount of stitches as a hat, and you're just going round and round.
I know.
But
it's a lot of bulk to move around, to keep moving things around.
But if you do it...
I just remember from my last sweater.
Yeah, if you do it... You could do it in a way, though, where you're not moving it.
Yeah.
I know, like Nancy, right, from Trilogy Yarns, twist hers ahead of time. I just do this with my needles.
I think I might do that because I found doing that with the pocket because you go back and forth.
Yeah.
Especially with the two, because we're going to have both colors attached because there's still stripes in the sleeves as well. Because I think if you keep turning it, you're just going to end up having a big old mess. So maybe back and forth.
I just found a way when
maybe I'll do a magic loop. We'll see.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
All right, so that was...
Lovely knit, though.
All of our knitting, right?
That's it. Wow. Okay. Good job.
Yeah, it's not
I didn't
much.
think we had much.
I mean, it is, but it isn't.
Yeah.
I mean, you finished... Yeah, we had some finished things, but...
Yeah.
It was just one of those, you do what you can or what you want.
And then you play some Animal Crossing.
Seriously.
My God. And then it's kind of fun because we were both playing because of course you can't just get one Nintendo Switch in this house. We had to each get one.
Absolutely. I need my own time.
We got the Nintendo Switch Lights though.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we're both like, "Oh, did you know that you can do this? Oh, did you know that you can do this? Can we be friends?" Like,
and I start watching, and now like I'm watching YouTube videos on tips and tricks for Animal Crossing.
I know.
So if you guys play Animal Crossing and you want to be friends, send us.
How does that work?
Just send us a message on Instagram with your friend code or whatever it is so that we can add you and then we can visit each other's islands.
Okay. My island is very small.
So is mine.
I just threw down okay, we can't.
We've literally been playing for a week.
I know.
We're not going to be...
No. It's fun. It's fun.
It's such a great another wind down type of thing to get yourself kind of together.
Yes.
So let's talk about, before we jump into Owl Posts and Breaking the Bank, right?
Yes.
Let's talk about some new to us podcasts.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that.
So, well, first let's say we were watching this podcast and we heard our names and it's always like super exciting. It's the community that we are a part of as knitters is great. The community that we are out of YouTube content creators who are knitters is so incredibly supportive. So whenever we hear our name on a podcast, like we totally fangirl.
Totally. I'm like, who's talking about us? What are you talking about?
So we just want to say thank you to Vince and Justin who gave us a shout out from Boozy Bears podcast. So we were watching them and then they mentioned us. So we just want to say thank you guys. We appreciate it. And if you guys haven't, definitely go check out their podcast. I want to say we're now on episode 8 is the last episode.
Okay.
I believe. And then a lot of these I've been watching on my own, actually.
on my own. I bet Todd Michael Thomas will be sending me a message after that.
But you know where I know that from?
I do know where you know
which
that
is
from.
one of my favorite episodes still. So that was sung by a character on a TV show. If you know who that character is and what the TV show is, let me know.
Yeah.
In
Don't
the
say
comments
Les
below.
Mis, because that's obvious.
No, it's from a television show. From the 90s.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's giving a little bit more too much away.
No, I mean, how many television shows were there in the 90s?
I know a lot.
Right. Okay. Yeah. All right. So one of the other new to me podcasts is the Make, Do, and Knit, but with
See, these are new to me.
So she only has 4 episodes. Her name's it's Caroline.
Okay.
She's a
Hi,
college
Caroline.
student.
Oh.
She loves 40s fashion. I only watched episode 3 and 4.
Okay.
I feel like she's going to school for fashion because she's writing a thesis on fashion in Germany.
Oh.
Maybe in the 40s.
Wow.
Possibly.
Talk about a focused thesis. Holy cow.
Something along those lines. I just watched it yesterday. I forgot.
Okay.
But she's a really great knitter. She just did a colorwork hat. She was wearing a sweater that was 40 inspired. She got it from a 40s knitting magazine.
Get out.
Yeah.
I bet the pattern's written very differently than we would find today.
Probably. She also has another sweater that she's currently working on. She didn't show, but it's another 40s inspired sweater.
Okay.
And she had the last episode. She had a knit bomber jacket, which was so great.
Really?
Yeah.
And who is she again?
Caroline.
What's the name of the podcast?
Make, Do, and Knit.
Make, Do, and Knit.
We will definitely have that below.
Totally.
And then a lot of people probably know her, but I want to say it's Mars from Hey Brown Berry Knitting podcast. I have probably followed her on Instagram. And it had just come up, and a couple weeks ago I watched one of her episodes, and then I just watched her most recent one where she talked about how her taste in yarn has changed. And a lot of us go through that.
Yeah, totally.
You start with your big box stores, then you go to, probably worsted weight because it's readily available.
Right.
And then maybe you start with like the knit pick stuff, worsted weight again, but then you find fingering weight and you're like, oh, fingering weight. And then you have all your indie dyers and you go there.
Know.
But it's really interesting because like she is now finding that she likes non-superwash, more rustic wools. So just talking about how her taste in yarn has changed, in her journey. So she has such a like soothing voice and just bit about her. So I've enjoyed.
That's nice.
And she actually has inspired me. I've wanted to knit a woolly worm head hat.
A woolly worm head?
Yeah. So the designer's woolly worm head, I think. Pretty sure that's what it is. And her hats are beautiful. And the construction of them sometimes is very different where you're actually knitting by length. So you're not knitting.
Okay.
Right? And then you do a seam and then you do like interesting crown decreases.
Like picking up the stitches, I wonder?
I don't know. So that's why I want to give that a
try.
Okay. And then the next one, again, just new to me, is Alison from Nature's Cozy. Mm-hmm. I just watched her most recent one. I want to say she's been doing this for about a year now. So again, just a really great, cool vibe, like chill vibe podcast. She's also a student. Yes, she's also a student. So those were...
I feel so left out that I have to actually go into work when you watch all these.
So and that's
like, how do
thing
you
too.
get... Like, that's not fair.
But and that's why sometimes it's hard to where I don't remember everything that I've seen because I'm working when when I have them on in the background when I'm working.
Sure.
A lot of this is just like the Google recommendations, and that's another
Google or YouTube.
YouTube recommendations, but that's another reason too, guys, that if you watch videos and you like them, subscribe and thumbs up because it shows these videos in that recommendations bar. It helps promote them so that people get some more views and you find some more stuff. So it's there he is.
He wants to come upstairs.
He wants to come upstairs now.
He can do it himself.
He probably wants to have lunch.
Yeah, me too.
So those are 3 new to me, and then we did the shout out to talk about Boozy Bears with Vince and Justin.
Yeah, they have a good podcast. They're pretty funny. Their sense of humor is is very interesting.
They laugh a lot.
They do laugh a lot. They think they're very funny, which I love. I could totally get behind.
And then new to
So
both
new
of
to
us,
us, yeah,
you could talk about these two.
is Happy Knits. It's Yolanda and her son Jordan. We, and again, like Kevin was saying, it's just this community. It's so large.
Yeah, true.
And she actually, commented on one of our videos.
When I did this.
Yeah, when you did that, because Jordan, the camera always wants to focus on Jordan's face, apparently. So every time she goes to show something, she can never get it into focus. So Jordan always has to find these creative ways to cover his face, which is really,
it's
really cute,
it's really funny.
Like, actually. I love it. She's a great crafter, and she has a little side hustle, which is kind of fun.
Oh yeah, the jams.
The jams. She's a good jam maker, apparently. Which I love jam.
Me too. I love orange marmalade with chicken.
Yeah, with chicken. Use the orange marmalade
with chicken and some cayenne pepper.
It's so good. I know. Anyway, so she was new to both of us. I think they've been doing it for a while now.
4 years.
Yeah.
I think 4 years.
Mm-hmm. So congratulations on that, and we're so excited to know you now.
Yes.
Like, really cool, and she's such a very nice person, which we'll show you in a minute or two. So that was, so they were new to us, so we've definitely subscribed, and we can't wait to watch some more of those episodes. So give her a check out if you haven't seen that yet. Yolanda and Jordan, and then our boys Max and Vincent, who I just want to be their friend, be like next door neighbors. That would be fun.
And then Tarquin and Lola.
Oh, they can play together.
Yeah.
That would be cute.
Right? Isn't it Lola?
Lola?
I'm pretty sure, right?
I think so.
So, they started their own.
Yeah, so these are the boys from
Les Garçons.
Les Garçons. Yep. And we have a lot of their pins, and they're prolific designers.
I mean,
I love we're doing this.
I got to buy the cowl today.
Oh, the
volcano
magma cowl. That looks really cool.
Max,
we'll link their shop below.
Yeah, so many thoughts right now because Max just released the pattern. So if you're catching this today or tomorrow, the pattern's on sale. Yeah. I believe into the end of the day tomorrow, like 20% off or something around there. So I want to make sure I buy it. This weekend. Yeah,
check them out on Instagram too. It's by.dells and Max the Knitter on Instagram. They have really fun stories too. I love their aesthetic. I really do love their aesthetic. So congratulations. It was really cool to actually see them. I felt like we were really hanging out with them.
Yeah, and it's happy hour with Les Garçons.
Yeah.
It was a great. You would have never thought for that was their first episode.
No, they were so comfortable.
The production value was great. Mm-hmm. They did great, all the editing and stuff. Mm-hmm. I give people, and I know we've said this before, people who edit and take the time to edit, kudos to you.
Totally.
Fiber Hustle, Chevy Rel, Sweet Tea No Shade, Max and Vincent. Those are 4 that jump out at me because they put a lot of work into that. Mm-hmm. Good for you, because I'm not doing that.
Props. No, but we do show notes, so you can always find everything down below. And
we'll list these podcasts in there. We always list our some of our faves. We rotate our fave 5 or something. Whatever.
Fab 5.
Fab 5 down there or something like that.
Yeah.
So we rotate that every episode. So we'll throw these podcasts and their YouTube channels down below in the description. And now let's move on to I'll post.
Okay. I will post.
I have one. Okay. So the one I have comes from Renee.
I have 2.
Comes from Renee, who's very kindly reached out to us. And Renee makes some jewelry. So she sent us some jewelry based on either things that we've said or stuff that we've made. So mine is I had mentioned on a previous episode that I really like Tiger's Eye.
How clever.
So she made me a nice little Tiger's Eye bracelet. And it has a little heart on there that says Heart My Dog, which I totally do, which
And it's got a little
Look,
paw
I
on
know.
the other side.
Let's see if I could actually get the camera to show this.
Very cute. Pull your head out the camera. Let me see if that makes a difference.
I don't know. But there's that. And then it has a paw.
Yolanda, I don't know how you do it. Whatever.
And then it has a paw print on the back.
Yeah, super cute.
And then it came with like a stitch marker progress keeper with the same thing that says Heart My Dog and the paw print. And then
Little puppy.
The cute little puppy.
Yeah.
Let's see. Adorbs.
There's
So thank you. Show yours now.
Yes. So this one's mine. She thought the colors, which I should have brought up my Slipstravaganza, son of a gun, that they go well with my Slipstravaganza.
Yeah, for sure. It's Jasper.
Which they totally do.
Right?
Yeah.
Jasper?
Yeah, totally do.
Love it.
So I love it.
So thank you very much.
You guys are so creative.
I know, it really
right?
is. Yeah.
So thank you, Renee. Really appreciate it.
I do love Tiger's Eye. It's such a... They're actually very similar, like, have some similarities in the tone.
Yeah, well, so, like, we're the same but different.
Same but different.
Yeah. So, like, even our wedding rings are different.
Yes.
But the same.
They are the same but different.
Yeah.
All right. What do you have?
Okay, so, oh, well, because I've just been, like, constantly throwing Yolanda's name out there. She also is into the cricket, which I had just gotten, so I had to get replacement blades, FYI. I had Delusions of Grandeur, which I didn't end up doing anything with my cricket yet. I did some practice stuff, and I found some projects that I want to do. Anyway, she sent over some extra things that she had. There's so much here. I'm not going to show everything, but I'll show you a couple of things. She had some stuff to help to make T-shirts, like that T-shirt vinyl, sticky vinyl stuff. There's a bunch of different types of tubes with sparkles, and so I don't really know yet what to do, but I'm very excited to like practice. It's like an iron-on vinyl, all different colors and what?
Are you going to take them all out?
No, but I love them so much. I know
I'm not going to show them all.
Here's another one.
Here's
another one.
I'm not going to show everything, but here, let me just.
No, but honestly, it was so nice. She sent a nice little card and said I can share with my mom. So my mom's very excited. I sent her a picture of it all. So thank you so much. That was just Yolanda. So nice. Honestly, this community is bonkers, bananas.
It is.
Wonderful.
What else do we have?
I have one more.
Do you?
Which I put away in a cubby. Already.
Oh, I do have one more too. Duh.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you do.
Oh.
So these came at almost the same time.
Yeah, they came literally the same day.
Yeah.
I think. Pretty much.
So,
go ahead.
So, our really good friend Nancy from Trilogy Yarns, we talk about her all the time because she's definitely worth talking about. She dyed up some yarn, I think, for herself to do a sweater, and she wasn't really happy with how the colors were turning out for her. And looking at some of like what I've knit and some of the colors that I've drawn to, she sent me a message saying, "Hey, I have like a sweater's quantity of this yarn. Do you want it?" And she showed me a picture, and I don't know how I could say no, because look at this yarn.
It's really nice.
Oh my gosh!
What do you
greens, and it's like that like fatigue almost.
Yes, like an army
fatigue.
Army camo.
Army camo. Thank you, not fatigue. Yeah, camo. With the greens and the blacks in there. It's so good. So I'm very excited. So I have a sweater's quantity of this worsted weight, and it's non-superwash. I think this was she doesn't have this in her shop. Although if you're interested in something like this,
don't be that person and say just send her a DM.
Send her.
You're such a jerk.
A DM. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I mean, honestly, I think it's a great color. Like this, she's always looking for like new colorways. Maybe if people are interested, this is. I don't know how hard it was for her to dye, but still.
Just speaking for people.
I am sorry, Nancy. Anyway, I love it. I can't thank you enough, Nancy. I am going to what?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Why? Do I say this often?
What?
Why are you laughing at me?
Huh?
I feel like you're judging me. Like
where?
I'm done with you. I can't. We're ending this podcast in like 3, 2. No, I'm just kidding. I'm probably gonna. I want to do a cardigan. That's what I want to do.
Good for you.
Thanks.
I actually just saw one I wanted to do, possibly. I don't remember what it's called. My next one actually came from another friend of ours who we've met through this beautiful time, pandemic, knit nights, all that. So we get to knit with this person too. So Carrie from the Creative Obsession,
Yes.
which if you don't watch
We love Carrie.
her channel, you totally should. She knits, crochets sometimes, sews, quilts like a maniac.
Her quilts are gorgeous.
Used to dye yarn.
She dabbled
done
in ice dyeing now?
Ice dyeing for fabric, which is like literally amazing. Ice dyeing. I actually, that's a YouTube type of thing I don't want to go down.
Yeah, and one of the most giving people you will ever meet.
She's incredibly nice.
Yeah.
So after mentioning that, I started dabbling with just like yarn dyeing, messing around with the stuff that Ray got me for Christmas. She sent me some sock blanks, guys, to see what I do with them. I have an idea for one. I have no idea how to execute. I do. I have no idea how to execute it.
All right.
So what I'm going to play with and try to do like a scene.
Ooh.
Right? So she sent me 2 sock blanks. So Carrie, thank you very much. I totally appreciate it. I can't wait to.
Yeah, this is her.
The Creative Obsession.
The Creative Obsession.
Yeah.
She's on
like
YouTube.
So talented too.
I know.
She's so like. I want to say it was Naughty Nitwits that I was watching with Michelle and Leslie.
Uh-huh.
And they were talking about because they're very good friends with Carrie.
Yeah.
And they were just talking how she's like just good at everything.
Yeah.
Like she even was just recently giving weaving a try.
I know.
So she literally does
so
everything,
good.
y'all.
Yeah. She likes to hike. They go on like she's active too.
I know.
I don't know how you have time to do that, Carrie.
Seriously.
Honestly.
There's a pandemic right now, so that changes things a little bit.
Maybe.
All right, so that's our owl post for
That's
this episode.
our owl post.
So let's talk about some acquisitions.
I have one
Or
over
breaking
here.
the bank. I have, two.
You want to go with one?
All right, so we'll go with my first one. This is just going back, speaking about earlier, our Joanne trip.
Oh, yeah.
So for Heartland, I bought 6 skeins or whatever total.
Well, because they were buy
2 get 1 free. So we have this one, which is the nice brown. This is Sequoia.
Ooh, it is nice.
I want to say it's probably a little bit. This is actually more true to color than that. It's more. This is more accurate.
Yep.
And then I purchased.
Ooh, I love this.
Yeah, this one's really nice. This is Bryce Canyon. So nice, like mustardy, almost yellow.
Yeah.
But tan at the same time.
Yeah, it's almost like tonal.
It's almost like Grey Poupon. Right?
Please, sir. May I have some more? No, do you remember the commercials where they'd have it roll down the window?
Yeah.
And like,
what were we watching yesterday? And remember they had WandaVision, and they had Joy dish soap, and I was like, do they even make Joy dish soap anymore? And they don't, guys. It's sad.
You should be able to buy it for like $1.
But this is that one, and then
Ooh.
These are fun. This one is Olympic. So nice, like heathered blue. Almost.
It looks like a swimming pool.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like with the
With
tiles at the bottom, like
bottom.
sparkly almost.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, really good. So this is a really pretty blue.
Yeah, it
I like
is.
that. Then we have Glacier Bay.
These are really great colors.
They really are. So
like they're so saturated.
the idea too was like, oh, I could totally do these.
Yeah,
Hello,
stripes
my
or
freaking
something.
sweater.
Well, they all kind of like
And
you
then
can add all
two,
different things.
or these
Yeah.
two together.
Oh,
like,
but
right?
God Almighty, these are so squishy.
And then the last one is a little tweedy. This one is Mount
Oh, that's
Rainier
interesting.
tweed. Right, so some gray with just flecks of orange and pink and red and yellow and green. So it has all of those in there. So this was an interesting one. I wouldn't be something I would typically even gravitate towards, but I was like, okay, let's give it a shot. Again, a little gray with the pop of color for all of these could be nice for just a stripe or even just the brim of the hat. Just a little way to throw some color and some, a little
something.
difference. So those were that was the Joanne purchase. All right, 1, 2, yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Excellent.
Then what do you got?
I have some more stuff from Nancy. I feel like I just can't say enough. This is the next installment of the Happy Hour Club. by Trilogy Yarns. This is installment number 2. So she's doing 3 installments, and then the cool thing about her clubs is that they, you get 3 months worth, and then your subscription ends. And then if you're interested in continuing, then you can continue and re-up, which is appreciated because sometimes you need a little bit of a break. You don't have to feel bad about canceling. You can jump in at any time. So this is her recipe.
Sorry. I just read something.
I feel like you're,
No, I just read something and made me laugh.
Okay.
It's really mean.
This is Chambord Royale.
I love Chambord.
Me too.
I haven't had it in a long time.
Did you see the recipe?
Yeah.
I know. Chambord champagne, hard sparkling cranberry champagne if you want to, and some raspberries. Doesn't that look like it? Chambord,
really pretty, yeah.
Raspberries, and some champagne.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Spot on.
So good. So this might be another pair of socks. I think it's kind of interesting to... it was cool to see how that knit up. So yeah.
Very
cool.
nice.
So that's that.
So I was laughing when I tell you the names of this. So I got my next shipment. This is the January 2021, the Downton Abbey Club, upstairs and downstairs from Lolo Did It. So you
decided to continue that club, not cancel.
I keep forgetting to cancel. So this says Edith.
That's how they get you.
I know, seriously. Edith just can't catch a break. Sir Anthony, would you say Strallen?
Strallen, probably. You're the one that watched it, didn't you?
I know, but like a year or two ago. Is such a gentleman. Such a gentleman. Well-intentioned and humble, but the powerful opinions of the Dowager and Earl of Grantham get the better of him, breaking poor Edith's heart on her wedding day. This was one of the most stunning moments of the series. Now, this is why I laughed.
Okay, I was going to say, what? I don't see it.
The colorway...
It's pretty.
...is called Left at the Altar.
Oh.
Right? That's so mean.
It is.
And then this one is called Jilted. Oh. So, they just made me chuckle. Yeah, it's a very pretty colorway.
Now, it's interesting. I don't see these together.
So the reason that you do is that, so you have the white, right?
Yeah.
You have some of this burnt orange in here. You have a little yellow, maybe some brown. And you're not going to get that from here right away. But
no,
if you
it's like muted though. Oh, there it is.
But you go inside there a little bit.
Yeah.
You
I don't know.
Even here, you have a little bit more of those neutrals in there. So it's there. And I will say, even when we did our Harry Potter club, the mini always had colors.
Yes, that coordinated with the other one.
The main skein.
Sure.
It may not be very obvious. So this isn't. The obvious choice probably would have done to do purple and pink. But. So
yes, it'll be interesting.
I do just need to cancel this though, because I've gotten way too many purple and pinks.
Which is nothing wrong with that, but that's
there isn't. But it's not what I'm going to knit something with myself for. So I can certainly use these to knit gifts for people.
Yes,
but it's not what I'm gonna knit with. Possibly. No, you know what? I might enjoy socks actually.
I have.
That's the thing. Is
purple
that maybe
and pink socks that I love.
So who knows?
Yeah,
but.
But no, if you're not I would, if you keep questioning it.
Yeah, and I was almost hoping that I would get colors more inspired by a person than an event. Even though it's probably this person. Like, I don't remember what Edith was wearing, or...
I'm sure it was inspired.
Right, it's totally inspired. But is it inspired by Edith, or is it inspired by the event, the day?
Right,
like the flowers in the background, or something like that. So this isn't as... I don't know. I do love her clubs, and I don't know how long this club's going on for. So I think I'm in like 6 months. So I think I'm about ready to cancel.
Okay. Just find another club to take over.
So that's that.
Leigh Garçon has a club.
I know.
Which we
keep toying with the idea of doing or not.
I don't know if they still have any spots available.
Let's not speak about stuff that we know nothing about.
Jon Snow.
You know nothing. Jon Snow.
Okay.
All right. Is that all of our purchases?
That's it.
All right. So let's move into what we've been reading and watching.
Let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
Let's see. Reading, I'll go quick. I finished A Court of Thorns and Roses. Loved it. At the end especially, I was like, what? So I had to start the next one right away. And then, so that is A Court of Mist. Smoke and Mist or Mist? A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah Maas. And it starts off pretty steamy, y'all. It's not gonna lie. Made me blush probably a little bit. But then it's good. Like, it's not that it's not good, but I was like, oh god, I hope this isn't like the whole book. It's really good.
Is it?
Yeah, it's really, really good.
And you really enjoyed the first one.
I did. You missed the whole first part of what I
And then you
just
jumped
said.
into the second one. But I'm saying the first one you said was really, really good.
It was, especially at the end. I was like,
what?
what? Yeah, that's right. I wasn't sure. That's what I just literally said. I wasn't sure about the beginning of this one because it was a little steamy. It made me blush a little bit. Do I need to? I could probably say it again. It's okay. So yeah, so I'm like 20% in, I think, of this one. It's really good. I'm starting to feel a certain way.
Are you?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I'll probably continue. I think it's a 5-book series.
Oh, jeez.
I know. That's a commitment.
All right. I have finished 2 books, and I've started another one. Yes. Possibly. Yes. So, I finished Runin Rising by Leigh Bardugo. That is in the Grishaverse. So that was the...
Grishaverse? Is that what they...
So the people with power in the series are called Grisha.
Right.
The main character finds out late in life that she is one. She's a very rare one. So the entire series is her...
why is it getting really windy?
It was really windy, yes. It was just kind of her journey. Like, and it took a completely unexpected turn for me at the end. Everything was wrapped up, the story. It wasn't like kind of like Happily Ever After, but not Happily Ever After.
Sure.
I did not see the twist in the 3rd book coming at all. And normally I'm pretty good with figuring things out and kind of having an idea of where it's going. And I really didn't. It's so hard to tell you what a book is about without giving away what the book is about. Mm-hmm. But it's set in a completely different universe. The main character, like I said, finds out she's a Grisha really late in life. They are normally tested when they're about 7 or 8 years old. She is now in her late teens, early 20s, and finds out that she's a very rare one. There's nobody else like her. So it makes her incredibly special, and a lot of people want her power. And that's kind of where this whole kind of story goes. And in her journey of learning to live with the power, too, that she has, trying to amplify it, and kind of coming to terms with whether or not she was enjoying who she was becoming. So a lot of war too in there. So that was really good. There's some other like offshoots from it, spin-offs kind of. I don't know if I'm going to read them, but there's a book called 6 of Crows. The characters from 6 of Crows are going to be in the TV show. So I feel like I have to read those, but I wanted to take a break. So we'll see. We'll see what I do. Okay. So I've also finished Blue by Audrey Faye. Audrey Faye, this is going to be a trilogy. The characters in it are Blue, Indigo, and Violet. So I've already read Indigo. I've read Blue. Violet will be the next one that comes out. These are just, stories about 3 friends and rediscovering who they are in a new town. There's like little, like supernaturally elements, but not like Harry Potter. They're more subtle and not overpowering the book. And it's a little artsy too. There's first book had a painter. This book has a potter. So I'm interested to see what type of artist the 3rd book is going to have. You can't get Violet. A kiln. No, we're not getting a kiln. We're just starting to die. But, yeah. And then now I'm going to actually, the 2nd book in the Paladin Prophecy series by Mark Frost, which is called Alliance. And I found out when I went to go reread this book that I actually never finished it the first time. So I have no idea how the 2nd book ended. And so I'm probably about halfway through that, maybe 40% of the way. So I'm going to finish that and then read book 3.
Great.
So that's what I've been reading.
Wonderful.
And what have we been watching?
A lot of things.
We have.
Well, Well, you and I together have not been watching as many things as you have watched alone.
Correct.
Yes. We finished off His Dark Materials.
Yes.
We did season 2. I think we talked about you last. We talked to you last about season 1. We had just finished season 1, I believe.
We did finish it, and we were maybe a couple episodes into season 2.
We finished season 2. It was delightful. I liked it a lot. It was good. It answered a lot of questions. It asked a lot more questions. Introduced some characters. So it made me really want to read the book series.
Yes. I almost started that the other day.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I can't. I said no new series. Let me finish up some of the things that I have going on. And then that will be, hopefully by the end of the year, I could get into that series.
Yeah. That's going to be my next series. I'm going to finish the Court of Thorns series. I don't know what it's called.
I think that's what it's called.
Okay. I'm going to finish that series unless it gets a little bit too...
risque for you?
Too risque for me because
You're a little debutante.
I'm an innocent little boy. And so that'll be my next series. But it was really good. I liked it a lot. The actress is great in it. They're all really good in it.
I love Lyra, and then Will, right?
Yeah, he's a little emu for me lately.
Do you know who he reminds? So he reminds me. We talked about this before of a cross of I think it's Adrian Gardner from.
Yes.
But also
Will from.
No.
From Harry Potter.
Oh, kind of, yeah.
Right.
And Del Toro. Benicio Del Toro. He's like a combination of all of them. He's really great in this too.
Yeah.
The characters are all really good.
I think so too.
The CGI is fantastic.
I know. Totally. You'd think it would be like it's a blockbuster movie. Like
I want somebody to punch her mother.
I know, me too.
I really do.
I want to hug that monkey. I feel
my God,
really
the
bad.
monkey! I feel so bad
It's
because
like
I hate
abused.
him, and then I love him, and then I hate him again. And the poor thing, and he doesn't speak, which is sad.
It is sad because all the other ones do.
All the other demons speak except Monkey.
Yeah, I wonder if it's like the way that they kind of got like ripped apart. I'm not sure.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Good observation.
Well, thanks. So anyway, really loved that series.
Yeah, we're also just caught up on WandaVision.
We did catch up on WandaVision.
What?
I know.
So good, so good. That was a really good episode. Episode 4, just kind of clarified so much stuff.
Yeah. I think this is very clever. Now, this is based on a comic book. Is this how it happened?
I mean,
or is this just like the actual WandaVision story?
They're probably taking stories from comic books. For sure, I would assume so.
Huh.
A storyline from one of the comics.
If you haven't watched, we won't ruin it, but if you haven't watched it yet, totally you should give it a go. And there's a lot of Easter eggs. You don't necessarily have to know the Marvel universe, but it's very helpful.
Yeah.
To be able to get some of these like Easter eggs that are there. I think it's just very clever.
Yeah.
It's
so good.
Where is the neighbor from? Her like that.
Oh my God, she's fantastic.
She is, but where is she from?
She's
feel like I
from
know
everywhere.
her.
She's from everywhere. Oh my gosh, and I can't think. She's
remember.
from Bad Moms and Bad Moms Christmas.
Yes.
She is from.
What is her name?
Catherine Hahn, I think.
Is it?
She's
good in this.
She's so good. She's in.
She really is.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Yeah, I love her.
She's just a fantastic comedic actress.
I'm sorry,
I love
hit
her.
the table.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, we're good.
Love her.
So that was good. I think those are the only two things that that we watched together.
Then we finished.
We started a new thing.
Fate, the Winx saga.
Winx, W-I-N-X.
X saga. It's apparently based, which is interesting. It's based on a Nickelodeon cartoon.
Did we just get a delivery?
I don't know, but I find it weird that it's based on a Nickelodeon's children cartoon, and it's very dark. It's a little bit darker. There's some controversy about the casting of it, and that it's whitewashing because the cartoon itself was meant to have a very ethnic cast.
Okay.
So that girls could watch people who look like them.
Yeah.
And some of the characters are missing.
Really?
Yeah, like the empath girl. Who's in it in the cartoon? I think she's Asian American, or Asian, and she has a very specific like hairstyle. So there's some stuff about that.
Oh,
But
I didn't know
thought,
that.
yeah, but I do think the story itself, I thought was really good. I liked
the story was good too.
The main actress in it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was really good. I don't know. I just thought it was a really good cast and a good story. I hope that they pick it up for a second season and we can kind of see where it goes. I'd just be interested to see if this is the Nickelodeon, like how the story went, because it's not a nice.
No, it's definitely an
Go story.
adult story. It's kind of,
or if they just took their own liberties with it, you know.
They probably did. They probably just took the concept of like a fairy school.
Yeah,
maybe.
And that's all we watched together. Then we watched, like our podcast and stuff. And then I watched Knives Out. I don't think I talked about this last time. If I did, I'm sorry. But I watched Knives Out, which has Chris Evans,
Really?
Christopher Plummer, who just passed away yesterday. Jamie Lee Curtis, Daniel Craig. So it's a good whodunit, like classic whodunit movie. And then I watched The Photograph with, I think it's Issa Rae and Lakeith Stanfield. This one's just like it's a love story, but it's an intertwined one. So it goes back between the past and the present. And it's just a really chill, cool love story. Like, there's so much, what I actually really liked as I was watching it, and I was watching the present aspect of it, I was watching the two characters, I was like, what's really nice about this is just seeing how honest they are. There's a lot of movies where, people just like, and it's maybe for comedy or whatever, for story, where they're not super truthful, but these two characters were just so honest and truthful with each other, that it was very refreshing to see. So it takes place in, I think, New York and Louisiana. It kind of goes back and forth, past and present. So it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I remember seeing the previews when it was going to be released in theaters, and I just found it. I think it was on Stars that I watched that. So those were the two additional things that I watched.
I hate that you have all this time. Like, I don't understand how you can keep watching all these things.
It's actually very hard. So what happens to me a lot is I just like to have things on in the background when I'm working.
Same.
Towards the end of my work week, my days are much slower work-wise, so I have a little more free time. But what happens a lot is I throw something on and I start watching, and I know that I want to watch it. And I shut it off because I'm like, I can't focus on it. But I had some really slow days during the week this week, so I watched that during this week, and I probably watched Knives Out last week.
Okay.
So maybe I get a movie in. And honestly, when I watch a movie when I'm working, it could take me about 4 to 5 hours to watch it, because I'm,
pausing
working, and then I have to deal with the dog, or then all that stuff. So it takes me a while, but yeah. And then podcasts are super easy because you can, if you were sitting at your desk, if you really wanted to, you could probably throw an ear pod in and have a podcast on your phone.
I totally could not.
You probably could.
Totally could not. We have to keep our video on all the time when we're in meetings and stuff.
I'm saying when you're just in there doing payroll.
No, then I'm focused on paying people.
But
people are knocking on my door.
No, but that's what I'm saying is that I'm working and I have somebody on in the background, and I can catch and I can look up and see the pattern or the yarn that they're talking about. So that's kind of how I do it. I don't give it 100% of my focus.
Okay, but that's it.
That is everything. Yeah.
Good.
So guys, it's a long, well, no, this is freaking normal. It's not, it is long, but it's normal for us. It's like an hour and 45 minutes.
You're Chatty Cathy today.
Oh, please.
Chatty Cathy. So, we'll wrap it up by saying to check out what?
About the giveaway?
Yes.
Check out.
Okay. You're making me anxious.
Check out what?
Our Ravelry page to enter the giveaways. What I was going to say. Spazzy McSpaz-a-lot. Jeez. We have a wonderful giveaway by Kelly from Knit Swag. So please, if you don't follow us on Ravelry, jump up on our Ravelry page. Enter for the giveaway. And the prompt is what is a pattern or something that you're looking most forward to creating this next year. and we'll take that as an entry. You'll win that mug and maybe a little something special after. And what else? That's it.
I believe.
That's
a wrap.
That's a wrap.
So, guys, thanks for hanging out with us this long. If you are still here,
I don't know who's still left. To be honest with you,
we're probably still just talking to ourselves.
That's okay. That's how we live.
We appreciate it. Again, if you liked the episode, if you like the channel, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, do all that crazy stuff, and we will catch you guys in a fortnight.
We sure will.
Until then, I hope you guys stay safe, enjoy all your crafting and making, and yeah, thank you guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.